No. Phil's right below me.
Yes.
I don't see that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so like if I did this,
Loyal's my puppet right now.
That is correct. Yes.
That's
That is-
hilarious.
All right,
So-
let's record. We're ready.
Yeah, I've been recording.
So, hey, my people. This is Loyal Frisbee, your residential realtor here based out of Gainesville, Florida, with the Brokerage, Florida Homes, Realty, and Mortgage. And now, hi, Phil.
Hey, Loyal. How's it going? Hey, this is Phil Young with Schneider & Associates. I am a personal lines insurance agent in Gainesville, Florida. Personal lines meaning home and auto. And now I'm going to turn it on over. Who am I turning this on over to? Is it
Kristen.
Kristen? I'm grabbing her right now.
The one and only, your residential mortgage specialist here at Restoring Mortgage. Thank you guys for having me. Now, I don't know. Crystal, is this you?
Hi, I'm Crystal Curran with Alachua Title. I'm your title agent.
And last but not least, Alex Quintero from Empower Media over here. Everyone's waving the wrong way. We're still figuring out the waves, guys. That's part of the fun of it, of course. Alex Quintero from Empower Media helping produce this amazing production and working with these fine individuals every week.
Thank you, Alex. Keeping us in line like kindergartners over here.
Something like that. Alex Quintero, producer / kindergarten teacher is the second title there, maybe.
Yeah, grateful for you, buddy. All right, so each week we are going to have a joke. We are calling it a dad joke, but that's just, you just replace the first D with a B, and that's all that means, bad jokes. But nevertheless, I have a lot of them, and I love them. So if I'm the only one laughing, I might like it even better. But the rest of you are going to get to judge with your thumbs up or thumbs down or what you decide. So this week, this is a little episode of House Hunters International. This is my international joke for you. If you're in Scotland and you're in a race and you don't finish first and you don't finish second, then that makes you the turd.
I don't know whether to laugh or be horrified with how close your face got to your camera.
You're welcome.
Okay,
I just enjoyed the accent, so it's still a win for me.
Yeah,
No,
the
that
accent
was-
makes it better for sure.
It was good.
Incredible. Is it my turn now? Do I get to do
If
it?
you've got one, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So a bear walks into a bar and he's like, "Hey, can I have a Jack and Coke?" And the bartender's like, "Hey, why the long pause?" And the bear was like, "I've had these my entire life."
Ding, 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 ding.
I like that one. That was good. That was
It was
good.
very long.
I think we have Phil in the lead so far.
That was good. I don't have one. You, Kristen?
No, not a dad.
We'll leave that to the dads or the guys.
Whoa, yeah.
You're a
hold
puppy
on.
dad. You are a dad.
All right, good.
Yeah.
I also don't have one this week, so it's actually just between you two.
Wait, you don't have one this week, but
This week.
okay.
Not a kid. He's talking about a joke.
Oh,
Oh.
no. Yeah, no, I never have a kid. I got a dog. I don't think that counts though. And what
It
I've
does. You can be a dog dad.
No, but what's funny?
A dad dog. A dog
Crystal, do you have kids or no?
Yes.
You do? Oh, okay. See, that's interesting. I was going to say, no, you don't have kids, because what I've found is that people who have kids tend to get upset when I say, oh, I have a dog. That's kind of the same thing.
No, it's very true. So you're good.
But no dad jokes this week. So I don't know if we take a vote or anything. I would go ahead and say I like Phil's joke better.
Agreed.
Agree.
I like the accent though. I like the accent. It made it.
No, the accent
Yeah.
was on. It was amazing. It was above average.
I was
But-
Yeah,
channeling
women are always going to
Scrooge
pick the
McDuck.
accent.
Yeah,
So,
fine. I'll come in next week with the accent. Maybe the bear should have been a Russian bear. Like, I don't know why the one box.
it would have helped.
Something like that. Something like that.
Well, guys, I kind of want to backtrack to last week. We went over closing costs and stuff that a buyer should expect, but it was hard for people probably to visualize it if they've never seen it. Kristen, do you have anything that you could show them?
I do. So I have a copy that I printed out. I'm not sure how that is best shared with our viewers. Is that something I should be screen sharing, or I don't know?
Alex, can you
Yeah, I
screen
can
share
bring it up.
the
Is
CD?
it in
If-
the is it in our email thread?
It wasn't an
It
email.
is.
Yeah, I can bring it up. If you wanna talk about one, bringing it up.
Sure. So the document that Alex is going to bring up here for us is a mock loan estimate, completely fake, not a real one, not real fees, nothing like that. But it does have some information on it that I think our viewers should know what they're looking at. They should be aware of this, and then they'll have a better idea of the items that we were talking about last week, going over it. So, should I just hold up what I have?
It's
No.
fake LE for KIRE, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Very
Oh,
fake. Totally fake. I need that disclaimer to be out there. It is
Absolutely,
not real.
100% fake. Nothing's
Don't make
real
Kristen
about
lose
it.
her job. It is
No
fake. It is an
animals
estimate.
were harmed in the making of this fake CD.
Okay. All
Closing
right.
disclosure.
And we are in business.
That's what that means.
So this document, when you start a loan, you'll see it's named here a loan estimate. When you go to closing, when you go to sign it at the end, it will be titled a closing disclosure. These two essentially are going to show you the same things, but at different parts of the mortgage process, they have different names. So every borrower, every home buyer should have one of these and should understand what's on it, what it's saying to them. Your first page is confirming your terms, including your loan amount, your interest rate, your monthly payment that you should be expecting. Further down, the payment and the payment breakdown, the items that are included in your payment. Bottom of the first page is the cash due from the borrower at closing. It's important that the borrower understands where all of these fees are coming from. So the second page has a breakdown of all of these costs. Some of these we touched on last week. Now, different loans, of course, at different loan amounts, have different fees. The mortgage fees are in Section A there. You'll see processing fees, underwriting fees, and discount points. These are all going to be different offers for everyone. So it's important that you talk about those with your loan originator and understand where they're coming from. Section B is services that are required for your loan that you don't have the option to shop for. And then Section C, these are going to come from other parties, such as our title company. Crystal, you want to touch on those a little bit?
Yeah. So on a survey, 99% of the time, you're going to need a survey. So it's always good to get a quote for that. So it's good that it's on your estimate. Title insurance, it's going to be required every single time that there's a loan, no matter whether it's a conventional FHA, VA. Doesn't matter the type, your lender is going to want to make sure that they're covered. Settlement agent fee, every office is going to charge a fee. They do vary. This one's a little bit higher than ours, but that's good because your estimate, you want it to be higher because you want to make sure you know everything possible. So that way you're not shocked at the table. It's always better to come in with less money than to be surprised and have to bring in extra money. Endorsements, that's going to be any endorsement to the lender's title policy. In this area, there's no owner's policy because generally your seller is going to pay for that in our area. It does differ by area, so that's one of the things you'd pay attention to on the contract. And that's really all of our fees. We don't have any other ones.
True. Alex, go back up. There you are. On the right side of the screen is going to break down some further fees, initial escrow payments, and prepaid items. And part of that is going to be property taxes, and part of that is going to be homeowners insurance. Phil, do you want to talk about how people get homeowners insurance in the beginning?
It's pretty awesome that we are only one section of this closing document. Talk about feeling like you're way more important than you actually are. It's pretty great. So Kristen, I know you and I have a fantastic working relationship. You will end up sending me a quote request. I run through and I try to find the most cost-effective, but also the most beneficial policy. And so I know that a lot of times where I don't want to write the cheapest policy because it's probably just a hunk of junk. But that's pretty much how I mean, you know, once I figure out where you want to go as far as insurance, I then send you, Kristen, the insurance documents, and then that's where that number comes from. Again, try to stick it with a company that's not going to overthrow your numbers so you can close.
Very true. Some borrowers forget too that the first year of homeowners insurance is paid up front. You got to pay for insurance before you can use insurance. So we do collect for
People forget that all the time.
They do.
Must pay for a cheeseburger before you can eat cheeseburger.
They're like, oh, I need auto insurance. I'll pay that 30 days from now. No, it doesn't work like that. Sorry.
No. Loyal, not too much from the realtor side on here, but I did add an example here of a brokerage fee. You want to explain where that comes from?
Boy, do I. So buyers don't pay me anything. You don't pay me anything. I get paid by the seller. My brokerage that I'm with, every realtor has to work under a brokerage, and most brokerages have these fees, and ours is the cheapest amongst them. It's $149 buyer brokerage fee. It's the same for sellers, and I have no choice, and it doesn't go to me.
Good. So overall, these fees, this form gives you a good estimate of what you can expect at closing. It's important that everyone understands what they're looking at here. If you have questions, ask them. It's super important that we get all of those answered. Everyone needs to be crystal clear on this form.
Yeah, crystal
clear.
I heard that. I got it. Mom joke.
Mom joke. Ooh, that might win.
Yeah, what's up?
Dad jokes versus mom jokes. Maybe that could be next week, right?
Yeah, for sure. Wait, hold on. Phil,
Yo,
did you just hear that sound?
I don't know. Did I?
Yeah, you sure did. I think we might have all heard it. I just thought Phil might have heard it most. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Is it the wheel of awesomeness?
Wheel of awesomeness.
Yes.
All right, so it's time to spin. Look at this. Look at that. It has all of our names
Well
on there.
done.
All the colors.
Don't worry about the HBO Max ad on there because I didn't pay for this. So HBO Max, if you want to sponsor us, I'm totally down. All right, so are we doing, how many times is it going to take to spin to crystal? Just so we're crystal clear. Kristen says 2.
Kristen says 2.
Alex says 3.
All right.
Alex says 3.
But how, Phil, you're not allowed to tie. You can't tie Alex.
No, Alex has 3. Kristen has 2. I'm just keeping tabs.
Oh, what have you?
What have you? Going back to your Scottish accent, huh? I'm gonna say 4.
All right. Well, I wanted to take 2, but since I know how this game works, I have to have 5 or 1, so I'll take 1.
Oh,
Good
that
5.
means Crystal's 5. All right, you
Oh,
ready?
I thought you already went. Thank you.
Spinning the thing, and it landed on me. So
That's
I
one.
know.
I'm out of the
That's-
ring. Put an
You're out.
X over me, Alex.
Loyal number 2.
Mm.
Oh, no, yeah. Mm.
This is it.
Number
This is
3
it.
is the winner. Number 3 is
Woo!
the winner.
Let's go. Let's go. All right,
Okay,
number 3.
topic of the week.
What
Why do you need an agent? So our power team, as we like to call ourselves, is blessed with 3 agents. We've got a real estate agent, we have a title agent, which is me, and then an insurance agent. So if you guys don't mind, I'll go first. I'll tell you just a little bit about the title agent and why you need one. So we are the only insurance that is protecting you for things that have happened in the past. So you might close with me and contact me 5 years later or 20 years later or never. That's what we're hoping for. And that's why you get title insurance, is so that somebody can take care of these things at the front. I'm the perfect example of not practicing what you preach. So I definitely bought my property with no title insurance. And I took title with a dead person and couldn't get homestead for 3 years because I had to track those people down. I'm a title agent, so I could do it. I took care of it. It was embarrassing because the property appraiser made fun of me because they knew what I did for a living. And then it was brutal because I'm having to track down people who had a family member that died. So I could do it because I know what I'm doing. The average person cannot. So it's so important that somebody is looking at property for you before you buy it. Another customer, they've owned the property 20 years. I just got this contract. And I have to make a phone call to the realtor and then the seller to let them know that they don't have access. And so they're going to miss their closing date. And so you never want that to happen. It's not good. It doesn't look good. People then think you're misrepresenting yourself. So it's very important to make sure that you're using somebody to protect you.
Wait, I just have a question, Crystal.
Yeah.
If I wanted to help them out, couldn't I just go down to the hardware store and buy 2 axes and then they have access? And they still close on time?
Hey, we already passed the dad joke segment of this
Can
podcast.
we just have drums for him? Like,
There's always time for dad jokes. There's always time for dad jokes is what I would say.
Same.
I saw a t-shirt the other day and it had, for title agent, super nerdy. And it had said, a title agent is solving problems that you don't know that you have in ways that you don't understand. And so it's very true. Like, you never know that you need me until you need me. So make sure you're using a title agent always. Another thing is, why would you want to use a real estate agent? On my side, I see all the time people trying to sell properties by themselves or purchase by themselves. More than likely, you're not going to get the full dollar value for your property. You're going to have mistakes in your contract. You're not a real estate agent. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to pay more money. And not only that, but you're probably going to miss your closing date because a lender's not going to like your contract versus a regular residential contract. It is very different, and I have had people miss closings. Loyal, how do you help people?
As a realtor, I serve buyers and sellers, but in different ways. With the buyer, with both ways, education is big to me. My goal in life is to help people. So one of the ways that I can help you as a buyer or a seller, because this is about hundreds of thousands of dollars on legally binding contracts written by lawyers with term loans for 30 years of your life. Like, it's important stuff. So as we go along, I like to educate, to give peace, and hopefully empower you, like your media, empower you to help not feel vulnerable. And to, you know, have a seat at the table and feel really good about the process. Anyway, so for buyers, it's showings. Once you find a place, it's negotiating, inspections, appraisal. I walk with you side by side all the way to closing, including a lot of communication between Crystal, Kristen, and Phil. Just constant communication. And so, anyways, and then I also help buyers after the closing. I've helped in some strange ways. I helped a buyer replace siding on a shed behind the house in order to qualify for her FHA loan.
I remember that.
Thank you. You
Do whatever
remember.
you have to do. Do whatever you have to do.
It was on a Saturday, and I had 2 of my kids with me, and
We're actually putting them to work.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah. I made them cheer and call me He-Man. He-Man, He-Man, like that. But we had to go to Lowe's. She needed plywood. Plywood's heavy. Had no idea. So she would have helped me lift it, but she's short. And I'm at 6
Your kid?
foot. My kids are short. They're appropriately sized for their ages. Thank you. But no, so plywoods are humongous sheets of wood. And because she's short, I couldn't like share the load with her. So I had to carry it like Atlas carrying a globe, like on my head like this, off the top of my minivan, and like, like walking down the street. And it's like wobble, 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 wobble. And it was heavy. And sadly, I had to do it twice. And then I helped her replace some siding. And then I was like, all right, this is all I can give them my Saturday. And I dipped out. And then on Monday, we had the re-inspection for FHA, and it passed. For sellers, and Kristen worked with, I recruited Kristen to be in this referral group we're in. It's called BNI. It's how I met Phil and Alex, and I already knew Crystal from doing work with her. But I recruited her to be in the exclusive mortgage lender seat because I've worked with every single mortgage lender around. And there are some good ones and there's some not good ones, but there's only one best one. And Kristen, it's legit. I wouldn't have recruited you if not, because otherwise somebody would have just taken the seat and it wouldn't have been you. So Kristen and Chris, they're amazing at Chris Doing Mortgage, and they always make stuff work out. Anyways, for sellers, I have a degree in marketing and advertising, but I think the big deal is the benefit is that I'm 3 professionals in one. I'm the realtor. I do sell houses. I specialize in it. Believe it or not, I set the curve for the highest market values pretty often when I sell a house or a condo or vacant land, or maybe a church parcel with a parish residence on it. Anyways, so I'm a realtor, but I'm also a professional stager. Most people can't hire a stager. You get it for free, thousands of dollars. I take the photos. I edit them twice. Everybody loves the photos. So yeah, and just like the buyers, I'm here to serve and educate. That's how I roll.
I want
Not
to
to
point
name
out.
drop Kristen, but Chris Doring, he stepped in a couple times on a couple files, and amazing. It's nice to have an owner that will make sure it gets to the table and takes care of the borrower so that it's not frustrating for them. So I do appreciate that. I've noticed his personal touch lately, especially. So very awesome.
He is
So, oops, sorry, Kristen.
So I don't know what to say that Loyal hasn't said in the 8 minutes. So basically, my end of the bargain here is initially we have contracts with 35 different homeowners companies. So when you call the office and get a quote, you know that I've tried to find insurance with the best options for you through those 35 different homeowners companies. So we are going to find what really is the insurance company's market appetite and if you fit into that. Another part of my job before we bind policies is to what we call pre-underwrite. So a lot of these homes are
Lost
pre-underwrite.
raptor.
Phil turns into a raptor for that part.
The underwriters are raptors, man. Like Jurassic Park 1 raptors, like in the kitchen where they're like,
Ferocious.
Oh, she's a clever girl, huh?
yeah. So my job is to kind of filter and make sure that you're not going to have a headache later on, because my whole job is to try to make sure that you get your one policy that you want and you never have issues. But the insurance business is not the easiest to navigate, and there are always issues that arise. Maybe your electrical is not up to date to where they want it. Maybe you have the wrong kind of plumbing that they want. So we will spend the rest of that year trying to get this policy in place with underwriting memos, making sure that we're communicating with you what needs to be fixed. So you and the insurance company can have this great mutual love affair and run into the field of meadows together as happy insurance and insurance company. And then, after that, if they try to raise your rate, which they probably will, we will continue to requote. I have a lady that calls me. I love her to death. She's one of my favorite clients. Every single time one of her policies renews. So we have home, auto, golf cart. I talked her into buying a boat so I can write her boat insurance. Every single time this thing renews, she's calling and saying, Phil, do I have the best rate? And I don't hate running through it and seeing. And, we're at the point now where she values my opinion, and I'll give it to her. And, hey, this rate came back better, but I think you should stick with the company because it's a better company. So it's essentially my role in a nutshell. And I think it's important to have an agent because the insurance business is not just a click of a button that commercials make it sound like.
No, not at all.
Mm-mm.
And you guys are working together every single step of the process to make sure that the client is happy and served well. Something I noticed about Loyal in your email, I think it says I like serving people is your tag or something of the sort. So
when I was a waiter, it said serving people. You're right, Alex. But now as a realtor, it just says helping
people. That's my bad. I like helping people, which there you go.
I know you do, buddy.
Whether it's carrying plywood on your back or, making sure you get the best price for your home and anything in between.
For sure, man. Yeah.
For sure.
Thank you. And I meant to, if I can just give it a quick plug, I meant to say, just to mention the name of it, this referral group that I love, it's part of this something called BNI. It's Business Networking International. And our group is called Capital Gains, but we got the E in it because we're repping Gville. And that's how you spell Gainesville with the I and ESVILLE.
Why did Kristen just look like she just figured that out?
No, I knew.
I didn't know that.
Welcome.
Y'all are the
light
best.
bulb just came on.
Y'all are the best. Well, I think that just about wraps it up for this episode. Yeah, but before we go, something I personally love and I know everyone else loves too is trivia. That's something we do. And something, of course, that we all love. So I have a fun real estate trivia question for you guys. So we're going to see who can get it the fastest. I think would be the best. We'll just do open forum, yelling it out, right? Okay, so this piece of land was purchased by the United States for $7.2 million. No.
Alaska.
Mike Tyson.
You got to wait till I get to the end of the question. Got to wait till I get to the end of the question. It's not Mike Tyson. I will give you that hint. The answer is not Mike Tyson. The United States purchased this piece of land in 1867
You
for
can't Google it, Phil.
$7.2 million. Go.
Louisiana.
Not Louisiana.
The Virgin Islands.
Not the Virgin Islands.
Hawaii.
Puerto Rico.
To Alaska.
Alaska. Ding, 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 ding.
Christian, good job.
Yeah, you got it right, but you got to wait till I get to the end of the question.
No, that's not how this works, Alex. You said the fastest trigger.
Well, see, if you're on a game show, if you're on a
It's like-
game show and you ring in before the question's done, you actually get locked out. So really, if this was real game show style, I would have just kicked Kristen out of the whole Zoom meeting.
And
Well, we're
me
just
and Phil and
disqualified.
Crystal would have won.
So I would have won by
And
default.
By
Which you
default, by
won anyways.
default.
Okay.
The correct answer is Alaska. Fun little real estate trivia for you guys.
Pretty good purchase nowadays.
I know, right?
Yeah,
That
I mean, we could
that
have got
sum
Iceland for like a cool $1 million last year. Remember that?
well, that sum is so $7.2 million back then is now $185 million today. Fun fact.
Anybody would buy Alaska for that, given the chance.
185 mil, yeah, easy.
Elon
Yeah,
Musk.
the Los Angeles Clippers sold for $2 billion. You can get the entire state of Alaska for like 182 mil. I'm gonna get some fundraising going.
You
I
can
can
have
get a mortgage for that.
you can have
Yeah,
a tenth of the Clippers or Alaska.
yeah, I'll take
You
Alaska
decide.
for 1,000, Alex.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. So,
Rest in peace.
awesome, guys.
I was talking
Well,
about him.
we are so while we're
No
here,
way.
while we're all here, we should work out so our viewers know, are these going to be released on Wednesday? We all decided that's what we talked about last week, but do we all agree?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all right. So
gives you
every
enough time to edit. Yeah.
yeah, everyone's the Facebook page is now live, which is also super exciting. So make sure if you're listening, you check out Keepin It Real Estate. That's KEEPIN, Keepin, because we're hip here, with all the cool kids. So Keepin It Real Estate, Facebook.com, just look it up and you'll find that. And so all these will be posted there and on the YouTube channel as well, both Keepin It Real Estate. So awesome. I'm going to hit that sick beat one more time and let's go ahead and get on out of here. Everyone.
We must dance. Crank it up loud. We can't hear it.
Keeping It Real Estate and Fiend.